Hey, Brian Sefji here, and we're going to do a little video, basically a virtual kind of captain's meeting around the LowerGear Kayak Fishing Open event. We're going to cover things you need to do before the event, things you want to bring to the event, things you'll need to do at the event, during the event, and after the event is over. So let's start with before the event takes place. Alright, so you definitely want to follow the event page on Facebook, the LowerGear Kayak Fishing Open event page for that particular event. Typically around 2 weeks, 3 weeks before the event occurs, you'll see a posting for pre-registration where you can go to Eventbrite and pre-register your intent to come. Fill that information out, boom, done. Alright. Besides that, a couple other things you'll want to do that I recommend before attending the event, or especially your first event. Review the posted rules. So we do have rules on the main LowerGear Kayak Fishing Open Facebook page, and I'll put links in either the video description or below this video. If you have any questions, concerns, anything, feel free to answer your question on the Facebook page, and somebody will give you an answer to it. So pre-register at Eventbrite and review the rules on the Facebook page. One last thing I would suggest is pre-line, and I'll explain what that means here, your hog trough, and I'll explain that too. Growing up in Texas, I thought a hog trough was the place you put the pig's food, and maybe it is, but here in the kayak fishing community, one of these is called a hog trough. Hog is, I guess, slang for a big bass or a big fish. Hog. You caught a hog, man. And this is, I guess, built like a trough. Alright, so hog trough. Alright, and what I meant by pre-line is get a Sharpie. Typically when you buy one of these 1/4-inch lines, 1/2-inch, and full-inch lines are not marked. So marking them or coloring them with a black Sharpie will help with fish length identification in your photos. Alright, more to come on that. We covered 3 things to do before the event. Pre-register, review the rules, pre-line your hog trough. What to bring to the event? Of course, bring your kayak, bring your PFD. PFD stands for Personal Flotation Device, so basically your life vest. Make sure you have the right kind. Bring that, and during the event, during the whole time the event, when you're on the water, the rules say you must wear that full time, so do not forget your PFD. Of course, fishing license, so make sure you have a current fishing license via Arizona Game and Fish. Depending on the location, you'll want to make sure you have a parking pass. The majority of the events are held on Tonto National Forest land, so either the daily scratch-off passes, or you can buy an annual pass. We already talked about the hog trough. Don't forget that. Bring your hog trough, your fish measuring device, and to take a picture of the fish, a camera or a smartphone will be sufficient. Sharpie. Maybe that same Sharpie you used to pre-line your hog trough, bring that along the day of the event, because you will write down your fish catching successes on the scorecard with this Sharpie. So bring a Sharpie. Alright, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's some other things you'll want to bring to the event, of course, water, snacks, etc. Rods and reels, baits, secrets baits, all that good stuff. Bring your winning, successful kayak angling attitude as well. Alright, so at the event, you get to the event, things you need to do, you need to check in. So there will be either a table or a back of a pickup truck or a pop-up somewhere with a light or something, some sort of banner, Hobie banner. That will be our check-in location. Alright, so basically go up there, sign in, or actually you may not need to sign in if you pre-registered, but you'll pick up your identification / scorecard. So that identification / scorecard will be kept on you for the remainder of the event. And as you catch fish, that ID will need to be, 1, in the photo with the fish, and number 2, you can record your catches with your Sharpie on that scorecard. Alright, so you've got your ID and your scorecard. What else? Pretty much it, other than at each event, we'll typically, if there's any additional rules for that particular location or event, we'll go over them at that time. At that point, everybody gets ready for launch. They get their kayaks, in the water or on the shore near the water, and prepare your rods and reels and go sneak around and see what everybody else has got rigged up. Make some side bets. What do you need to do after launch? Basically, stay safe, have fun, and catch some fish. For our events, most of the fish species we're targeting are going to be black bass. So that's your largemouth and smallmouth bass here in Arizona. You can catch as many as you can within the time limit, but at the end of the day, it's going to be your top 3 in length, not pounds, not weight, but in length, that are going to count toward your final score. How do we do that? So if you're not used to a kayak fishing competition or event, we use a format called CPR. And no, that's not the pump on the chest and hold the nose thing you learned at YMCA. Hopefully you did learn that. It's a good thing, CPR. But no, this CPR stands for catch fish, take a photo, and release. So you're going to catch your fish, land your fish, remove baits, hooks, etc. from the fish. You're going to place your fish with mouth closed on the hog trough, tail over in this direction, and you're going to take a picture. And if the picture is good, we'll go over that here in a second, you'll then release the fish. Alright, so within the picture, of course the fish needs to be in the picture, of course the hog trough, but you'll also need the ID/scorecard for that event for that day in the picture as well as proof that you're in the kayak. So typically the kayak's going to be in the bottom of the picture. And that's pretty much it. Once you've taken the picture, confirm with your camera or smartphone that the picture is legible. There's no strange sunburst or water spots or something blurry. But yeah, make sure your picture looks good. You got the complete fish in there. The hog trough looks good. The mouth is closed, and your ID scorecard is in the picture as well, and your kayak. If the picture looks great, excellent. You can let go of your fish or release the fish. And that's pretty much it. So the events are typically 6 hours long. Catch as many black bass species as you want during those 6 hours, and then return. Now, do you have to fish the whole 6 hours? No. You can leave whenever you like. But if you do, and we typically cover this at every event before we launch, make sure somebody knows, check in with Dallas or one of the other event leaders before you leave. Or send us a text message or something to let us know that you safely got off the water. We don't want to end the event, go through all the anglers and find out we're missing some people. That's not good. So definitely, if you're going to leave early, let somebody know that you've left and we know you got off the water safely. What else? So you caught all these magnificent fish, and they're extremely long. You're very lucky. You've CPR'd them. Your photos are great. Now what? The event's over, 6 hours is up. What do you need to do after the event? Not much. Basically, turn in your, go back to the location where you checked in and turn in your ID/scorecard with your results. Hopefully you have some results. If you don't, that's okay. You still had fun. And then we're going to tally up your inches and basically do picture verification. So this is where your pictures need to be eligible, and they contain all the items that we need according to the rules. So once your picture's been verified, we'll tally up your top 3 fish as far as the length, figure out a total score, and then we rank all the anglers. So at that point, we go to our award ceremony where the top 3 winning anglers get cash prizes and plaques. And there's also usually at some of the events, there's additional side pots for small fish or big fish pots. So those could be one as well. And that's pretty much it. Pretty simple. The events, they are a competition, but they're not intimidating. And we run these events with the goal of not only bringing the kayak fishing community together, growing it, but as well as increasing our abilities as kayak fishing anglers. So as part of the rules, the winning anglers for that day must share how they caught their fish. Basically, what was the successful strategies they used during that day. So that's kind of a teaching moment for the other anglers that are present at the event. You know, what did I do wrong? Did I you know, what colors did they use? How deep were they fishing? What were the techniques that landed them the successful fish for that day? So really, like I said, it's a competition, but it's definitely not intimidating. It's very laid back, and the events are free. I mean, can't beat them. I mean, they're free to enter. You still have an opportunity to win cash prizes, as well as a plaque, and bragging rights. I mean, who doesn't like bragging rights? So, but yeah, did I mention again, these events are free? So not much risk here. Even if you're not a very competitive person, you can still be out there trying to learn how to, you know, fish, or basically be around other people that love to be outdoors in their kayaks on the water. Beautiful day, beautiful time. Everybody I run into in this kayak fishing community is great. So, you know, that's what it's about. You know, meeting the people, having fun with everybody. You know, winning an event is great too, but attending and seeing new, and, you know, meeting new and seeing old friends is the real reason. So, and growing the kayak, making the kayak fishing community stronger. So I hope to see you at one of these events. Like I said, this is kind of like a virtual captain's meeting for it. It's going to cover, you know, some of the kind of a virtual checklist of what you need to do before, what you need to bring, things you do at the event, during the event, and then after the event. But it's pretty simple, pretty simple. Love to see you out there. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or a question below this video, and we'll be happy to answer them for you. All right, hope to see you at the next event. Take care. Be safe.